family life.
It's a family life navigator. 30 years from now, you will be still able to open plain text files. Hello, and welcome to the podcast. This is Gosia, and I am Jerzy.
Hello.
And we are Digital Pragmatism. And so today we're gonna talk about how we use a private family CRM. So please, Małgorzata, please, Gosia, tell us all what is a CRM.
A family CRM.
What is a CRM? It's 3 letters. What does it mean?
I don't know.
I knew it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Something that helps me to navigate my life, family life.
It's a family life navigator. So a CRM, it's a... I forgot. No, a CRM, it's a customer relationship management software. CRM, customer relationship management. You have customers in your life, in your family life?
Well, I'm a customer in my life.
Why do you use a CRM if you are a customer and you are not servicing customers then?
At some point in my life, I just needed help to organize myself, to organize our family data and family documents.
Okay.
It was just impossible to have everything on paper. And when our children were born, we just needed to have access to all kind of, information like identity numbers and...
Yeah, because when you start having children, your life gets administratively complicated because you have to remember suddenly new numbers, the social security numbers of kids. I know my numbers, but there were new numbers that I had to remember. And also you start having less and less time for searching for things. Since you have less and less time, you have to be more efficient at using this time. And so you cannot permit yourself to search for a number when the need to use this number appears. And that is why we started using applications. But we have not created a family CRM for a long time. It's actually 2 or 3 years ago that I did something like that when I started using those bi-directional note-taking applications.
Also, we split some family duties.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was important for us to have access, because...
To transfer projects between people. It's actually a business advice also. If you work in a small team, you can pretty much model how you manage certain aspects of the business and how we use our family CRM.
Well, actually, there is a lot of similarities, with business. The family is like
the family
small
is
business.
a business. It's a business of raising children. Yeah.
Something like that.
And so that is why we have created the CRM and customer relationship management. I was hoping that you will tell me that our customers are our children, because there's a lot of information related to our kids there. But actually, it was more than that. I wanted for us to have the possibility to share contacts. And so basically that is why I have started by creating a CRM that was divided between my contacts and Gosia's contacts, and recently we have actually moved to sharing all the database together. So if I meet a new person and I enter this data into this family CRM, Gosia will know it and will have access to it. And if she does it, I will have access to it also, because I think it's far more convenient like that. Do you agree?
I agree. And we have some, I would say, precious contacts in our database, like, the best plumber in our area.
This is an experience of 10 plus years of living here, so we know which plumber is the top-notch locally. And yeah, it spares us a lot of time and a lot of money also, because if we just searched for the best plumber on Google, we could find those that had the best budgets for advertisement and not the best at their craft.
And I would add also that we have a lot of information about education and about health of our children.
Yeah.
And for health, it is very important because we are visiting different doctors.
Please tell us all which health information do you include in this CRM?
Some important information about allergy or about...
Do you track when our kids were sick and what was the fever, or you don't do it?
Well, sometimes I do it, and I think that because using the family CRM, it requires a lot of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wanted to be efficient, so I should...
you should note everything. Yeah, the discipline Gosia is talking about is related to noting things. Actually, if you don't use the application, there is no point in having the application. So we should be noting the fevers and what medication we are giving to our kids. Sometimes we don't do it. We are just human. And so we are using it right now in Obsidian. And why we have chosen Obsidian, it's because we are making all the notes in our family inside of Obsidian. So it was a natural choice to base the family CRM also there. But there is also reasons why it's Obsidian and not something else. And it's because Obsidian is a bidirectional note taker, so you can interconnect notes between themselves. But also it's a plain text note taker. Basically, it's future-proof because you know that even if something happens and 30 years from now there will be different standards, you will be still able to open plain text files, whereas some obscure database formats could be not accessible. And if someone wants to Google some stories about that, I highly recommend Googling the story of ADAT. It's a format of recording sound digitally that was very popular in the 90s and early 2000s. And a lot of sessions today recorded using ADAT are completely unreadable because there's no standards right now and no hardware that is capable to reading it. And it's 20 years that have passed. Whereas magnetic tape, like here, is still readable 60, 70 years after recording, and the tapes from Beatles are still accessible. So that is why we are using Obsidian, because it is plain text and we don't have to pay for that because it's just .md files. So basically we can store them, and we store them inside of Dropbox in order to have it synchronized and backup. But basically we don't have to pay any monthly fee to using our CRM. So this is cool.
And what I like in it is that I just, when I'm looking for something,
mm-hmm.
I just have to write some word,
mm-hmm.
and then all the notes with this word appears.
Yeah, because there is the bidirectional linking functionality, which makes, if you use double brackets, and you enter some words inside of those double brackets, it basically knows that this is a new node. And if it's a node that exists, you will see all the connection between other nodes that point to this node also. So basically you can make a daily note about our daughter Helena, and you will know all the other nodes that mention Helena also.
Mm-hmm. But what
you like it?
I like it, but what I don't like is that I have to learn each time when you introduce some,
Yeah, because changes are hard. But
I have to. You just have to learn how to use it. But you have to use those brackets.
Yeah.
If you want
formatting.
to use it, formatting.
Formatting, it's Markdown, so it's easy from my perspective. It's not easy.
No.
Okay. But how long it took you to master Obsidian?
Still, I have to learn. And
okay, but the brackets, it's something that you are using.
Brackets is something that I'm using. Some basic
stuff.
Basic.
Searching. Are you using searching?
Yes, I'm using.
You
searching.
are fluent in searching?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you using creating new notes?
Well, I try. I'm still learning.
Okay. Are you using printing notes? Of course. It works. Exporting to PDF.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 60% mastery, I'd say. Okay, so you have talked about the bidirectional note linking. What other functions do you use? Are you using the calendar inside of Obsidian for daily notes?
This is something that I would like to do.
But
this
you don't
is still
do it.
on my list.
Why you don't do it? It's too hard to be consistent daily?
Well, this is something individual for me, I would say.
Consistency is hard. Are you journaling inside of Obsidian?
No.
No. Which other functions do we use? Are you... maybe tell our listeners how we treat files.
So we scan paper documents.
Yeah.
We put them to Dropbox.
We save them as PDFs.
As PDFs.
Inside of Dropbox.
And then we link.
And we link inside of Obsidian to the Dropbox place where we have saved the file. Yeah. And why like that?
It's excellent, I would say, because when I need quickly some information, contract or some manual.
But there is also a search inside of Dropbox. Why using Obsidian like that is more comfortable?
Because I have all information
in one app.
In one app, so I have everything, not only scanned documents, but also some contacts to plumbers, to
heating specialists. Mm-hmm. Okay, one last thing. How do we treat contacts inside of this CRM? Maybe I will explain because it was my idea. So for contacts, we have folders, and we have different categories of contacts inside of those folders. And so those folders are, if I remember correctly, companies, people, roles, things, and ideas. And basically, each time we enter a new something inside of Obsidian, we have to save it somewhere inside of those categories in order for that to be useful. And so we have all the people in the people folder, on all the companies inside of the companies folder. And using bidirectional links, we are linking between companies and people. And so it's very easy to see how many contacts inside of a given company we have because of the bidirectional linking. And also we are entering the roles and phone numbers, email addresses of people. And since it's shared between us, if I meet someone, Małgorzata automatically has access to contacting this person. So if I find an excellent specialist about heating, Małgorzata can call this specialist and set an appointment without having to asking me for this contact because it's already inside of this CRM. Would you recommend having such a CRM, Małgorzata?
Yes, I would recommend. I think that it's very convenient. It helps a lot.
But imagine someone that has never used those applications, those project management or note-taking applications. Do you think that it's easy to learn, or it's quite nerdy, I would say?
Well, I think that I'm very lucky because I
am forcing you.
Your love for applications.
Yeah, I love applications, but I have to limit myself because if my love for application makes us change applications each 3 months, it's not productive.
And I'm a tester in our family. It requires learning, yes. It was difficult for me because I was not using applications really for many years.
Calendar? You were not using a calendar?
Yes, I was using calendar. So it was...
A task list. Were you using a task list?
In my calendar. I was using a task list in my calendar. And suddenly...
I started showing you things because we started making... Things.
Yes, we started to have some additional projects.
Yeah.
Like podcasts or... It
was when we started podcasting, actually, that I have started showing you that because all the workflow of publishing a podcast is also inside of Obsidian right now, and it was in Notion previously, so that is why I showed you.
So it was very difficult for me.
Okay, it was very difficult.
Yes, to think differently, to have this application thinking. But now, after 2 years, it's much easier.
Was it necessary to using it 2 years in order for this application used to be easy? When was the threshold when you felt that it was okay? You master it. It's adding value to your life, and it's not something that I am just forcing you to do.
Well, it took me, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months
to get accustomed.
Yes.
It was 6 months, and still, would you recommend it, even if it takes 6 months?
Yes. It's much easier to have everything in one place and to share information with you, to share projects.
Okay, so if you have a partner, if you have some group of people that are making something together, it's useful to share those informations. Okay, so if you need advice how to make a family CRM inside of Obsidian, you can ask us. We know. That's it for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.